Conversation on 99.3 Nigeria Info. And today we have a question on the table regarding minimum wage. You know, the back and forth that we had in Nigeria before it was agreed that the new minimum wage will be 30,000 naira, the national minimum wage. There is another controversy on the table, and the Nigeria Labour Congress is beginning strike today all over the country. If you're a worker, you can tell me how it's going at your end. This strike is to protest the attempt by the House of Reps to remove national minimum wage from the exclusive list. What this means is, you know, that kind of negotiation that the NLC and the federal government has. If this bill passes into law, it will no longer happen. What will then happen is that it will move to the concurrent list, which means that state governors will be the ones to deal with labor in their states and determine and argue how much to pay as minimum wage. It will no longer be national minimum wage. Okay. What are the arguments for this situation? Many of the state governments and governors have said that they cannot afford to pay 30,000 naira minimum wage. If the minimum wage conversation comes to the state level, then labor would haggle. Okay, so how much can you pay? Let's move it up. Let's move it down and then find something suitable. What that means is that some states will earn more than other states. A state like Lagos, where you spend a lot of money on transportation, a lot of hours on the road, you would possibly, and you know, Lagos, you know, kind of has money. You might get more money. You might be paid more if you work in Lagos than if you work in other states. What this would mean is that we would possibly have influx of people from states that pay less to states that pay more. You see? You know, I like us to take conversations like 5 steps forward. These are the possibilities of what could happen. But Labour is saying no. Leave minimum wage national. Let's always discuss with the federal government. Let's have uniform national minimum wage. Any state that then wants to pay more, of course, there's no limitation. It's just the minimum wage. Okay, so I'm asking you today on the Money Crossfire this simple question. Should minimum wage be determined by states? Do you think that states should determine minimum wage as much as they can afford and depending on the situation in all the states? This strike has begun today. It's supposed to kick off. I'll see if we can link up with one of our correspondents. It kicks off in Abuja at the Unity Fountain. It's also supposed to be replicated in all states across the country today. This conversation is live right now. You can join me on Facebook. You can see my beautiful face. On Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. Join the conversation there. You can also join this conversation on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. Use the hashtag Nigeria Info MCF. Nigeria Info MCF. And tell me your thoughts. The number to call is 012770993, 012771993. 012772993 or 012773993. For the female callers, we have a line for you, and that's 0146 27190 0146 57190 0146 57190. I've got my first caller on the line today, and he's Kayode from Ajao Estate. Kayode, welcome to the show.
Yeah, well, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I actually support the lawmakers.
Okay, tell me why.
Yeah, I think if we want to be a federal republic, we should not be selective in how we apply it. However, I would also want governor's salary to also be the same thing. Senators.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yes, senators should also pay what the state can pay. They should not.
You're saying that lawmakers should also be paid the minimum wage in their respective states.
Yes, in their respective states. Yes, so that everybody belong. You come from a state. You're representing the state at the federal level. The state should pay you what they can pay you.
But you know, the lawmakers are being paid by federal government because they are federal workers in that sense.
They're not federal workers. And that's the problem. They're not federal workers. They are representing their state. So the state should pay them.
So we should move their own payment also from the exclusive to the concurrent list.
Yes, everything should go to the concurrent. Let's operate the federal system the way it should be operated. You should not go and be collecting federal money, collecting federal allowance, collecting gifts and everything, and then you're telling workers in your state that they don't deserve the same thing.
All right. Thank you, Kayode. Let's keep it to 60 seconds going forward. Hello. Welcome to the Morning Crossfire.
Hello, Wemimo. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Morning.
God bless the last caller. That is the first person in this world that has spoken my mind. That even the senators and the national representatives should be paid by their states. Do you know that a lot of these people, they eject, look at those who have served at the state level. They eject themselves from the state as a way of dusting the state off themselves and go straight to Abuja to sit down there. They have no commitment whatsoever to what is happening in their states. They will be sending out pittance in the form of Okada and sewing machines, throwing them over to the states. They don't live there. They don't even want to ever come back to the states. But if the states are paying them, they will have more commitment to the state. They will have their allegiance to the state. So if you ask me, I think each state should determine its own wage structure. Yes, determine your wage structure. Let me tell you the truth. In Lagos, if you look at the kind of revenue that Lagos State on its own generates, there's no reason why a senator in Lagos State should be paid the same amount as a senator from somewhere else, Because these people don't have. No, it's true. Let us do it that way. Let everybody pay his own representative or her representative the way they can afford, and then we will see how these people will work. You will see that these people they will devote, more commitment to their states.
Thank you very much. I hear you. My first two callers are on the same page. Welcome to the Morning Crossfire.
Wemimo.
Yes, sir.
Good morning once again. You have Chukwuebuka on the line.
Welcome to the show.
Wemimo, my question is this. Please, do we still have labor?
The labor that you have are going on strike today.
I don't know about this labor, Wemimo.
Which labor do you...
What they should be... Wemimo, I've told labor what they should be doing. Labor should not wait until this time. Labor's work, their work is get the federal government, give them ultimatum, let the refineries work in 6 months or 5 months, let every other thing start working in 3, 4, 5 months, and not all this. This is just a rouse. This is nothing. I tell you. And I support the last two callers, honestly. Thank you, Wemimo.
Thank you for calling. You are all saying that this strike is worth nothing, that it should not go on strike. Well, they have gone on strike. Well, FHSC. The strike begins today. It's too late to tell them not to go. And the strike is supposed to be across the country, all 36 states, and they're also kicking off in the FCT today. So they're on strike. NLC is on strike today. Genesis is here from Ojo, I believe. Welcome, Genesis.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I like your show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I stand for the last two callers that said that the legislators, senators should go to their state to receive their salary. These are the things that are done in Nigeria. You work for state and you go to the federal to receive your salary. And you're also asking those other laborers that receive peanuts to receive from the state, just because you're helping the state governor to pay them peanuts. Why wouldn't the state governor pay 30,000 naira? How much is 30,000?
That's a good question. How much is 30,000? Oh my God!
I myself, as a trailer driver, I spend 15,000 naira. If I'm traveling from here to Kano, I give my boy will spend 10,000 naira. I spend 15,000 naira to go Kano, come back to Lagos.
Wow.
What about those that are work with the state government in the state government house that have 1 or 2 kids? These people are heartless. I'm sorry to use this word. They are heartless. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Says 30,000 is absolutely nothing. So should minimum wage be determined by states? That's our conversation on the Morning Crossfire today. And on Twitter, remember to use the hashtag NigeriaInfoMCF. You need to use the hashtag. Joy Forever says, okay, it's been refreshed. restructuring will take care of all of these. Let each state develop according to their resources. Let states determine all salaries, including governors to National Assembly. Politicians will always empower themselves and make others poor, so we can eat crumbles. Let's forget NLC. Sam is on the line from Ikoyi. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good morning. My name is Sam.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, how are you doing? Thanks for everything we're doing. And it's really funny what's really happening in the federal government. I don't understand. Like, these senators, they are the highest paid, and the country is in shambles. These people should be paid minimum wage if possible. And that money should be slashed. A senator earning like 30-something million a month. I don't understand. I can never understand that. And the citizens are almost 200 and something million. It doesn't make any sense. I don't think there's anything honorable about them. What are they doing? And they should be paid according to their states.
You all agree on that one?
They should be paid according to look at Lagos State itself. Even Lagos State should not pay a senator 30-something million. And Lagos State, the revenue for Lagos State alone can cover like that of like 5 states, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're correct. Some states, yes.
It should be slashed. And this is very important. It should be slashed. These people are just God over almost everybody.
Thank you very much. 1 minute is up. And back to Twitter. Remember to use the hashtag NigeriaInfoMCF. Jadeno says on Twitter, do we still have NLC or are they broke and need government attention? They have never been for the workers. Otunuya Ani on Twitter says, Wemimo, I think and agree that minimum wage should be national. States should pay the same salary wage. Good morning.
Good morning, Wemimo.
Welcome, Kainde, to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. In most parts of the world, especially developed countries, there is what is called the national minimum wage.
Yeah.
That is the minimum anybody should earn. So the states can now go ahead and negotiate any figure above that minimum wage. So what is expected is that nobody must earn naira, but no state should go below that national minimum wage. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It says every state should pay the same thing, at least the same minimum. Okay, it could be more. Oluwaseun Omolorire on Twitter says, this country no balance at all. Restructure the country and other things to fall in line. Make states independent, and if you must remove the salary payment of workers from exclusive lists. Latif Giwa on Twitter says, is there a labor movement or union in Nigeria? That aside, I believe states should be allowed to determine the minimum wage each can pay, but the minimum should not be less than 50,000 naira. Ogbeni Omowale Dauda on Twitter says, I support that the states should set their minimum wage. This will create healthy competition. Thank you. Let me speak now to Eugene. You're here from, I can't see. Welcome, Eugene.
Yeah, thank you.
You know your radio needs to be off, Eugene. Why now?
Yeah, now, about this minimum wage issue, I once said that when the agitators, the NLC, were negotiating, they didn't take into cognizance of the fact that a lot of states, even the very poorest states, pay their House of Assembly members in the states heavy money. They should have used that on the basis of the negotiation, not the 30,000 pittance. Now they are running into problem, and they should have stuck to their guns before the election to make sure that this government paid the 30,000 minimum before the election. But they relaxed because maybe they were partisan. I don't understand. So now they are running into murky waters and they are agitating. If I were the federal government, we should push them back with the military because they didn't negotiate their homework well. That's my take.
Thank you very much, Eugene, for calling. Let me go to WhatsApp, and the number is 08095975805. Atiku Suleiman from Zaria says, I'm fully in support of the first and second caller. Thank you very much for listening from Zaria. Wemimo the Great. I'm Wemimo the Great. Okay. I'm excited that Labour can actually do something to influence lawmaking in our country. I sincerely pray it opens our eyes to know that we can also strike until a law is enacted to criminalize criminalize private or abroad schooling for children and wards of politicians and public officials. Please, can we start such discussions about our medical tourism, especially 6 months of swearing in a governor? I don't understand that last line, though. Okay, the rally nationwide by NLC in demanding non-removal of the minimum wage from exclusive legislative list to concurrent is a right one. By constitution, the federal government determines how much will be paid. It's a means to allow workers paid poorly. I'm sure you mean not to get paid poorly. Says, I support nationwide strike over this. Eleshi from Lasu, I believe. Thank you. Wemimo, was NLC... I'm sure you mean where was NLC during NSAS protests? They are just awake. Well, they can choose their fight, right? Don't you think so? All right, let me go back to Twitter. Loud Voice says on Twitter, the last time I checked, the strike is an audio strike. There is never a strike going on in Nigeria. I'm a civil service personnel and I'm at work right now. It says NLC strike is Lori Euro. You guys, you be vibes, man. Are you serious? Civil servants, you're at work. There's no strike going on in Lagos? Is that what's happening? Tell me if you're at work. On Facebook. Livinas, thank you. Oluwasegun, Johnny Dowu, thank you. Ibrahim Buba, thank you. Alfred Bassi, thank you. You're saying let them use the money to develop the state. Okay, are you still speaking to the Bori thing? Okay, we're past that now. David Aquarius says, I would have supported the plan, but we might have a situation where the governors will want to pay less to have, of course. This conversation is even on the table because according to the House of Reps, so many governors said they can't afford to pay 30,000 naira. So they want to pay less as minimum wage. Remember, minimum wage. Okay. Ismail Nuruddin says you're tuning in for the first time? Okay, thank you. Bright Digbu on Facebook. The NLC are just playing politics on Nigerian workers. Taufik Lawal, great job, Wemimo, thank you. But the question is about humanity in this Nigeria of today. 30K is not even enough to run your transport and feeding in Lagos. Also, the political class are not feeling what these junior staff are facing. They all have allowances you can think of, down to newspaper, all on taxpayers' money. And now the masses doing the major work, they are debating 30,000 naira. Livina Sobonaya says, let the minimum wage be decided by federal government and states can decide what they can pay, but not less than the national minimum wage. Esther Achibong, let states review the minimum wage. Ibikuni Olanrewaju, good morning, Wemimo. States should determine what they will pay their civil servants. And governors and senators and legislators should be placed on their state wages. You're Tony on Facebook on the issue. Oh no, we're past that already. Asupuyi Friday says these people are wicked. They're after themselves and their family. Okay, you're saying minimum wage is a scam. Nigeria should be restructured. Each state should pay their minimum wage. And it says NLC is weak. Ayotoyi on the minimum wage, is it protest or strike? It is strike. It is a strike as a form of protest. Okay. Back to the phone lines now. 01277 0993, 01277 1993, 2993, 3993. And for the female callers, you know I love to hear from you. You can call 0146 57190, 0146 57190. Okay, I believe this is Prince on the line calling right now from Ikoyi. Okay. Welcome to the Morning Crossfire, Prince.
Yeah, hi, Wemimo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so quick one for me. I just want to understand, when the minimum wage was 18,000 naira, most of the state governments were not able to pay. And now legislators are saying that it should be pushed back to them. What I know for sure is that even if it's 10,000 naira, these guys won't pay. And it's so sad that we are in a country where the gap between the rich and the poor keeps expanding every day of the week. It's very unfortunate. I hope that Labour will insist on this. In fact, for me, I even think that the minimum wage of 30,000 naira is too small. It should be increased to 100,000 naira because of inflation rate in Nigeria and other economic factors. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling us, Prince. Thank you. Okay, let's see who's on the line here. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, my name is Daniel.
Thanks
I'm
for calling.
you from Makoka.
Welcome.
Yeah, I support the NLC position.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah. The minimum wage is the national minimum wage. That's what it's being called. Is a global practice, and is a way of determining the living standard of the population of a particular country. By pegging at least their minimum earnings to ensure that nobody lives below a particular economic standard. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I get you.
Yeah. So if you decentralize that, what you do is that you will alter the people's living standard at different parts of the country at the same time. You understand?
Yeah.
The minimum wage is supposed to be centrally determined and then locally implemented.
The argument for that, though, is that you know that the standard of living varies per state. If you live in a place like, say, Ogbomoso, that's your state, you can't compare that with staying in Lagos. Or if you stay, in Osun State, the standard of living might not be as high as what you'd have in some other places like Port Harcourt. So
let me tell you the truth. That, if you look at the current minimum wage, there is nowhere you will live in Nigeria that the current minimum wage is minimum.
Yeah, I agree.
There is no way you... So the minimum wage that the federal government is even pegging is even below expected standard of living. Now, to come and say that the states are saying they cannot even do that level, it means that they will want to the economic life of Nigerians to deteriorate further. You understand?
I guess you.
So,
thank you.
The national minimum wage should stand. What states are supposed to be talking about is determining what they can add on it or what they cannot do, or at best remain at minimum wage.
I get you. Thank you very much for calling. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Morning Crossfire. Hello. Good morning.
Morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What's your name? Your voice is very faint too. Really, really faint. So I can do that. Let's see who's here. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Joy. I'm calling from Kenya.
Joy, thank you for calling me.
Yes. So to me, I would like for us to have a national minimum wage, which is the basic in every developed world. Then if we have a national minimum wage, then the state should now know if they can add anything or little to whatever the minimum wage is, whatever the national minimum wage is. Now, if the state is saying they don't have enough money to pay, that is when we should say, okay, let us practice full federalism, whereby all states should be able to develop to harness the resources they have and manage their resources, and you see they'll be able to pay even more, to the people who are working in their state. So that's my own take on this.
All right. Thank you very much for calling, Joy. There is a poll right now up on our Twitter handle at Nigeria Info FM. We're asking you, should states be allowed to determine the minimum wage of their workers? So far, people have voted. You can also head to Twitter and vote. We have 57.9% saying yes, let states determine the minimum wage. 42.1% say no. I'm out on a break. When I return, more calls and conversations coming up. Don't go away.
Life. A new life is here, where we lift the weight of you. Enterprise life.
Live the new life from Enterprise Life Assurance, where we have tailor-made life insurance solutions to take care of your worries. Our decades of experience in many West African markets, plus our unique one-on-one customer relationship, helps you get the best out of life. Visit www.myenterprisegroup.io/NG or call 0700 Enterprise. Enterprise Life Assurance, your advantage.
Chalk in Maritime Academy, an institution of higher education established in 2016 to deliver world-class maritime education and training, is offering admission into national diploma programs in nautical science and marine engineering for the 2020-2021 academic year. Located on Kilometer 4 East-West Road, Uzoba, Port Harcourt, the Academy is accredited by the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, to run national diploma programs in nautical science and marine engineering. Entry requirements into the Academy are credit passes in 5 O-level subjects, English language, mathematics, physics, and any other 2 science subjects obtained in not more than 2 sittings. Candidates must be between the ages of 18 and 22 years and must be physically and medically fit. Log on to www.charkinmaritimeacademy.ng to access and fill the application form. Application fee is 20,000 naira. Enrollment into the Academy rewards you with a career at sea as a merchant navy officer with benefits such as a good chance of being selected by oil and gas, shipping, and allied companies for sponsorship and employment. Practical 12-month sea training arranged by the Academy on board foreign-going ships. Job availability on graduation as a merchant navy officer. Opportunity to sail around the world and visit other countries that the cadet would not have been privileged to visit otherwise. Opportunity to work in any part of the world and earn fat salaries. For further information, please contact us at email provost@charkincenter.com, telephone 0803 269 2454, website www.charkincenter.com.
Mommy Shade, this child looks sickly. Try and take her to the hospital. I will check.
Ilera Eco branded is and at the nearest Ilera Eco branded outlets. Pay 40,000 naira annual subscription for a family package or 8,500 naira for an individual package and start to experience peace of mind. For more information, call 0700 Ilera Eco or 0800 Ask Lashma or visit www.lashma.com. Ilera Eco, affordable and quality healthcare for Lagos residents.
In the information era, facts, events, and news are available at the click of a button. The information flow is enormous, which makes the financial markets unpredictable. As a trader, you need to have a strategy, and most importantly, you need a trustworthy partner that will simplify things for you. Hot Forex is serious about its responsibilities to you. With its origin dating back to 2010, we are a multi-regulated broker with over 2 million live accounts, wide global presence, more than 35 international awards, tight spreads, multiple assets, reliable fast execution, technological innovation, and multiple account types. The Hot Forex team is always ready to deliver trading services and free trading education that you can rely on every time. And this is not just a mission, it's a promise. Visit the Hot Forex Educational Centers at 3rd floor, Warala House, 90 Allen Avenue, Ikeja, Lagos, or call 0908-517-6394 or visit www.hotforex.com. Hot Forex, for traders that want more.
Get up! It's time for the Morning Crossfire.
You are welcome back. This is 99.3 Nigeria Info, and we are back on the Morning Crossfire. Conversation is the last lap. Today, Labour Congress, the NLC, begins strike in and across Nigeria. They're protesting the plan or the bill before the National Assembly, which has even gone through second reading. And that bill is seeking to remove minimum wage from the exclusive list to the concurrent list. What this means in simple terms is no longer, if this bill passes into law, then minimum wage would no longer be negotiated nationally. Minimum wage will be negotiated by the states. So according to the reps, many states say they cannot pay the minimum wage. So why not just go talk to all your states and let them tell you how much they can pay? Okay, so the argument for NLC, though, is there must be a national minimum wage on which every state can then negotiate, but the minimum must be national, and right now the minimum is 30,000 naira. I told you before the break, we have a poll right now on Twitter. Check our Twitter handle at Nigeria Info FM. We're asking you, should states be allowed to determine the minimum wage of their workers? And 55.8% of you say yes. Let states determine the... Okay, that has changed. Right now, you're all voting. Okay, this has changed to 53.2% saying yes. 46.8% are saying no. Let there be a national minimum wage. Okay, but the protest is starting today with a strike action across the country. If you're a civil servant, some of you told me online that it's audio protest or audio strike, that you're a civil servant and you're at work. Is that so? Let me know. Call me up. 012770993, 012771993, 012772993, and 012773993. And remember also that the law states that the minimum wage should be reviewed at least once every 5 years. Since the last review, which was last year, up to 30,000 naira, which has it been implemented? You tell me. Since that last review, things have become more expensive. Inflation rate has risen up. That 30,000 minimum wage means practically nothing. With 30,000 naira, you can barely buy anything. Shouldn't we? I mean, I think we spend so much time going back and forth on the payment of the minimum wage that we don't have time to negotiate further. Right now, NLC should be negotiating to raise the minimum wage because things are more expensive. Standard of living, I mean, it's purchasing power is no longer as strong as it used to be. But we're still haggling, paying 30,000 naira. Isaac is joining me now from Ilupeju. Isaac, welcome to the Morning Crossfire.
Hello, good morning, Wemimo.
Good morning. I'm great, thank you.
Yeah, this issue of minimum wage, maybe I don't know how old are you. When the government of Buhari overthrew Shagari in 1983, the minimum wage was 125. And they say we are suffering by that time. They overthrew the government. Now we are still talking about 30,000 naira minimum wage. Compare the dollar and naira rate at 1983 for 125 naira for minimum wage. So they are still talking about minimum wage up to today. I don't know why Nigeria cannot go forward. We are going backward. If somebody is paying minimum wage for a worker who have 8 hours on duty, and is that too much? I don't understand. Please, Nigeria should go forward, not backward. That is my own contribution.
Thank you very much. 30,000 naira minimum wage is about 1,000 naira per day. Well, a little more than that because you don't work on Saturdays and Sundays, but you get my meaning. That does nothing. Again, remember that is minimum wage, which means that your company, your organization, your state, the federal government could pay more than that. That should be the minimum. Prince Idowu is joining the conversation on the Morning Crossfire today. Welcome to the show. Hello. Good morning to you. Welcome to the Morning Crossfire.
Good morning. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. For God bless Nigeria. My take in this issue this morning is that our representative at the national level, let them feel the same thing that the public, the civil servants is facing financially. They should be paid by the state so that they will feel the same thing. 30,000 naira, my sister, looking at it, 30,000 naira in Lagos. Imagine somebody who is living at Ikorodu and is working here at Katelegushi. Imagine the transportation fare for a month. 30,000 naira is not even enough.
It's not.
And they are there in Abuja because they are enjoying themselves. They don't feel what we are feeling. Let them come to our level. Let everything be done the same way. Let them be paid by the state. Since they don't say there's no national minimum wage, okay, let every payment be done by the state. The same word, what happens to A should happen to B. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. I see some of you mixing up the hashtag on Twitter. The hashtag is not MCF. Huh? Are you listening? The hashtag is Nigeria Info MCF. I'm running into some of your tweets because you tagged Nigeria Info FM. But if you want me to see your messages quickly, you need to use hashtag Nigeria Info MCF as one single phrase. Nigeria Info MCF. Okay, construction midfielder said yes, but only if they are allowed to control and earn from their own resources, which determines wages. You're talking about the state. If not, nothing can make it work sustainably, even with the federal bailout. You're right. If the states are still collecting money from the federal. Okay. Mr. Ahmed says the reason states are so mentally lazy in developing ways of generating revenue is because other economically viable states cater for the others. When minimum wage is dependent on the economic strength of a state, governors will sit up and stop waiting for handouts. Okay. Chijioke Chiku says, what will... Okay, I think we mean what we struggle to get as monthly minimum wage is what South Africa as a country comfortably pay daily as their minimum wage. Is that right? Okay, I can't confirm that right now. You're saying absolute restructuring or regional government is the solution. And your own. Ama Philip Sneaks on Twitter says some state governors would not increase the minimum wage. Edu here is saying for NLC, all back, no bite. Thank you, Nedu from VI. I see your message. It says we do not need a national minimum wage because this has created a situation where revenue-generating states are being burdened by Abuja revenue-dependent states. This is what will encourage competition by governors to be creative in generating revenue. Okay. Untuboiza says on Twitter, I have said it long time ago that until senators, assembly members and governors are being paid minimum wage and allowances by their state, Nigeria will be broke forever. Says, I beg, forget labor. All right, thank you. Chidioze Dean Naju is asking me if we still have labor union in Nigeria. Yes, now they're on strike today. Says we only hear them back when it affects them. Says, but anyway, what 30,000 naira? Besides, their reps are living like emperors while others live in abject poverty. Gone are those days when labor was effective. Adeosun Sunday on Twitter, the minimum wage should stay in the executive lease and all state governors should pay their workers the minimum wage without excuse. I'm going back to the phone lines right now. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to the Morning Crossfire.
Yeah, good morning, Maimua.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, with regard to this, you see what I want to do in this country is this. Look, if the National Assembly can be receiving their salary from the state, that is good. But if they cannot receive the salary from the state, then let them allow other people and then create a national minimum wage. 30,000 naira is not even enough. And you are talking of the state to come and negotiate with the worker. I will not support that one. If National Assembly say they will do that, then let them go back to their state and collect their salary. Not the federal will pay them, and they will not give them accommodation in Abuja. Because we are a worker, you work in the federal ministry, you go to Abuja, you rent a house. But their own, they give them all accommodation, all facilities, everything free with the salary. Even their pant, they collect allowance for the pant. And somebody is working for 8-9 hours, collecting 30,000 naira with the problem. Why?
I hear you. Okay, I'll be able like I didn't hear that. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
You know that radio needs to be off.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Welcome to the show. What's your name?
My name is Ayo Oshunkoya.
Thank you for calling.
Yes, I've been listening to your discussion concerning this minimum wage.
All right, sir.
Do you understand that this is an exploitation? If states cannot pay minimum of 30,000 naira, it's a shame. You know, every period they collect what they call allocation. So if now push it to the state will not pay, and the government the people in the government at that period we also go into corruption, taking money from the poor. So now if you don't pay 30,000 naira, people will move from where they pay higher. They move from one state to another. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
So that minimum, the national should be there to control it. If they don't control it, it's a problem to the whole country.
Right, I hear you. Thank you very much. I'm going to take comments on YouTube now. You know, we're streaming live on YouTube, right? Ekechiku Nonso, good morning to you too. Oduayo Emmanuel says NLC plus 30 naira. Do you mean 30,000 naira? It said equals poverty. What kind of equation is that? How did you sum it up? Let me take some also from YouTube, from Facebook, and from here I'm going to WhatsApp. I'm coming to WhatsApp, okay? Excuse me. Anthony Okoro says, good morning, Wemimo. I'm happy to be a part of your program. Oshil, thank you. Oyilo Yeshagun says, let the minimum wage be our national. Our governments are heartless. How much is 30,000? Do you know how much they use in feeding their dogs? Hillary Andy says, I'm in support of the NLC. The minimum wage must remain at the national level, which is the minimum wage standard of our country. This is still quite low, as low-level staff find it difficult to sustain with it. If it is left to the state government, then life will be made unbearable for some states. High-paying states will be overwhelmed. They will. People will move there. Ifeoma Oluku says some rich states can afford more than 30K. Why don't they negotiate with their various states, and federal workers should negotiate with federal government? Okay. He said that's your opinion. Let states governments negotiate with their state workers while federal government negotiate with the federal government. Yes, but that's what happens with the national minimum wage. Remember, it's minimum. So each state can then negotiate to pay more or downwards, but you know what they're going to choose to pay, right? Okay. Democratic government we have, and I have. So I'm going to WhatsApp. Mini, mo. No, I can't help you. I don't know. Good morning. The message keeps getting in my face. I think Nigeria needs restructuring so the states can control their resources and determine what to pay their workers. You didn't tell me your name on WhatsApp. This is from, you don't tell me. Okay, Kingsley Benibo says the governors cannot pay 30,000 naira, but they will sell state funds. I don't know what that means though. Good morning, Wemimo. Do we still have labor in Nigeria? Because you only hear them when it affects them. I think I read this from Twitter. We only had labor during Adams Oshomole. Today, labor is a joke. Stanley from Okota. Good morning. I think the question should be, this is pretty long, if Nigeria requires a national minimum wage, and not if states should determine their minimum wage. The states are already determining their minimum wages. Are they? The NLC position is valid. National minimum wage should be centrally determined, while buoyant states may pay additional to that figure. Okay, I'll have to stop there. Bioye from Yaba, the governors are wicked. They don't have money to pay. Abi says it's Lori Raw. This is how they can raise money. They should slash governor's salary to 30,000 naira, cut the huge amount of money paid to ex-governors, and so on. NLC is now audio NLC, says Femi Surulere, just like a dog that can bark but cannot bite. We cannot be talking about 30,000 naira in 2021. And also we should put our senators who are quick to make decisions on the same wages. Wemimo, NLC told us they will negotiate PHCN increase and fuel, yet nothing happened. How relevant can such a union be when they cannot care about the masses? NLC needs a new management that is active. Meanwhile, some politicians at federal level buy cars, then don't need a lifetime and can't pay workers minimum wage. This is from David on WhatsApp. Wemimo, please, what's the meaning of all of these? How can 30,000 naira still be placed on dialogue? Well, I pray this labor strike pays off. Henry from Calabar, thank you for joining all the way from Calabar. And that's true. You can take us with you anywhere you go. Are you traveling? Well, you can always listen to Nigeria Info. We have an app. Have you downloaded it yet? What are you waiting for? So go and download the Nigeria Info app, and you can take us anywhere. You can listen to all of our stations across Nigeria, all your favorite shows. You can also listen on our website. That's nigeriainfo.fm. You can listen to all of our shows live all the time. Okay. Valiant V from Shomolu says, if this bill is passed, which is very possible, indigent crisis can start. Quote me, Wemimo. I'll be here. Government workforce. Zona from Ota. Labor should ask themselves if their workers are effective Over bloated government workforce will not augur well from the government. Government workforce need to be trimmed down for effectiveness. The government should be thinking of slashing their own salaries, slashing everyone's salaries, bringing down the high cost of living. Everyone walks away happy. Says, look at the American government. They are paying their citizens in the middle of a crisis, says Ifeanyi. We are here negotiating 30. Good morning. We're Miss Coco. Okay. Akinshete Olajide says, Nigerian government. Okay, can you tell me why you're calling me on WhatsApp video? Can you give me a good reason for doing that? I'm supposed to block you immediately. Why are you doing that? You see it on our profile there. Don't call. It's a message line. Okay? Nigerian government are heartless. How much is 30,000? Nitori alone, they can't pay 30K, but they have decided to pay themselves a very huge salary with huge allowances. In my next word, if I hear Nigeria, I will run back. He didn't tell me your name. NLC is not on strike. They are only protesting, says Sunday from Yaba. Well, they told us that they're going on strike today. Dominic Afen also says NLC is just a toothless dog. No excuse for a state to be broke as long as they have land. So states saying they cannot afford the minimum wage is sad, says Tolu on WhatsApp. So I think I've been fair to you guys on WhatsApp. I hope you agree with me. Let me take a few more calls. I've got just some minutes left on the show. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Madam Wemimo.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
My name is Enna. I'm calling you from Lekki.
Welcome.
Yes, I think I don't know what is the reason that the LNC are going for strike, because these things is long overdue. The time that they promised that all the states that they are going to make sure that all the states pay the minimum wage, they end up leaving them, and everything was going on just the way they like to do. Mm-hmm. I think the federal government with the labor leaders, they know what they are doing. So anything like strike that will come from labor, I don't think I have interest over that. But if you have to be honest to ourselves, the minimum wage, every state, the federal government should set a minimum wage, the standard for the minimum wage, and like some callers have suggested, that like in Lagos, even if federal government set a minimum wage, Lagos can still negotiate, because the business in Lagos, the environment in Lagos will not be compared, cannot be compared with other states, how the other people live in other states.
Yeah. Okay, your line is gone. Let's speak with Esther from Lekki. Good morning, Esther.
Hi, Wemimo. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Firstly, I want to know this NLC thing. I don't understand. Please, I need somebody to explain to me.
Which part? I'm here to explain.
No, the wages they are fighting for is just for them. These people, are they for the people? I don't get it. Tariff is high. The very first time I will normally recharge 3,000 naira, it used to be 90-something units. Now, 3,000 naira is about 50-something or so. And look at the fuel. They will not tell you that they've increased, that there's hike in the fuel price. No one will tell you. It's until when you go there, you want to buy 5,000 around, you realize that your fuel pump is not even increased. It's just the way it is, or probably a little. It's unfair. I don't know what these people are really fighting for. I'm not even in support. I don't even understand what they are doing. Sincerely speaking, I'm not happy with the NLC. Whatever it is that is paying them, whatever it is that is benefiting them, that's what they fight for. They're not fighting for the people. This is not what NLC used to be. It is really bad, and it is unfair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Esther, for calling and sharing your thoughts. Hello, good morning. Okay, sorry about that. Let me go check out our poll on Twitter. We have a poll going up. It's the pinned tweet on Nigeria Info's Twitter handle. That's Nigeria Info FM 99.3. You can find us there at Nigeria Info FM. I'm asking you, should states be allowed to determine the minimum wage of their workers? That's a question there on Twitter. And 54.2% of you are saying yes, let states determine how much they'll be paying as minimum wage, while 45.8% of you are saying no, no, no. Let there be a national minimum wage. Okay. I need to wrap it up now because I need to go out on a break. When I return from that break, we'll be playing Just a Minute. right? I wanted to win my money. Take my money. We're still talking about 30,000. Nigeria Info wants to give you 10,000 naira today. Don't you want to take it? Please take it. Please take it. I'll be back after the break. My name is Wemimo Adewuni. Don't go away.
It's a new life. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. It's a better life. Yeah, 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 yeah.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.